The top news headlines. Manipur export policy will be implemented soon to increase export of state products, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Union Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, arrives at Imphal on two-day visit. And former Chief Minister R.K. Dorendro's son R.K. Suraj joins LJP to contest ensuing assembly election. A very good evening and welcome to Mami TV Primetime English News. This is MASACO NINGTHOUJAM giving you the latest news updates. Chief Minister N. Biren said, in order to export more products from the state, the government is planning to set up a state-level export promotion committee and formation of a district export committee in every district to execute the district export action plan. The state will also introduce a new Manipur export policy. He said this during the inaugural function of two-day Vanijya Utsav, state-level exhibition on exports, a meeting point for buyers and sellers at the Imperial Hall of Hotel Classic Grande at Chiang Mai Rong. The launch program was organized by Department of Textile, Commerce and Industry, Government of Manipur, to successfully export the products produced in the state around the world. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Biren said, our state products are in demand in other parts of the world. Export of Manipuri chakao and pineapple has begun in European countries. Demands for handmade products to organic and pottery products are in high demand. The government has introduced one district, one product scheme for more production and export. He assured to talk to the centre to lift the tax levy of 40% on free trade along the Indo-Myanmar border. He stated that the state government will work towards developing the Indo-Myanmar border free trade.
One product schemes we have started, so like we are not covering all the districts, but even though we have started concentrating in particular some districts like orange in Tamenglong districts, lemons in Ukhrul districts, and ginger is in the Farzul district. We have started exporting lots of tons to the outside ginger, and this banana is as noni. So like this, we are identifying one district, one product schemes. A branch office of the Passport Seva Kendra at More will also be beneficial for trade in the region. Development of multi-modal logistic park in the state of Manipur has potential for the region and the country in light of planned Trans-Asia railway network. Territorial highway and inland waterways, as I mentioned before. I'm sure the deliberation during the event in the next 2 days, buyer and the seller meet, will be informative and constructive. I'm sure that it will provide valuable perspective.
Union Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, along with his spouse, Neeta Chaubey, arrived at Imphal on a two-day visit today. The Union Minister and his wife were accorded a warm welcome at the Beti Kendrajit International Airport by a team of Mahila Morcha Manipur Pradesh, led by its President L. Lotika Lema. From the airport, the Union Minister headed for the Sendra tourist home at Sendra Moirang for lunch, after which he will be engaging in an interaction session with the head officials of Forest Environment, CAF and PD Department, Loktak Development Authority and the Manipur Pollution Control Board. Ashwini Kumar Chaubey will then proceed to Kaibul Lamjau National Park and later distribute food grains to the beneficiaries of PMG, JKAY and NAFSA at the Kumar Mandap near Moirang INA. After the distribution program, a meeting with the Chief Minister N. Biren is scheduled, post which the Union Minister will also meet with Governor La Ganesan at Raj Bhavan. Further, the Union Minister will attend a meeting with BJP office bearers at the party office at Nitaipak Chitek today around 6 p.m. Being a constituent of National Democratic Alliance, Lok Jan Shakti Party (LJP) will contest in the upcoming Manipur Legislative Assembly election by following the instructions of party's higher authority. National Secretary of LJP, Ruchita Sharma Brahmachari Mayum, informed the media. She said this during the reception program of R.K. Suraj to the party at his residence at Moirangkom, Saugaijung Kolub. He is the son of former Chief Minister of Manipur, R.K. Dorendro. He will also be contesting in the general election from Yaiskul Assembly constituency. She said the party will try to nominate 15 to 20 candidates if higher authority permits it to contest in the state general election. Even though the party has not made a clear decision regarding the election, they will soon come to a decision.
अखोगी NDA की सरकार सिदा अखोइदा कईगुंबा alliance पिरक तारगति alliance तुगी मतुंग इना अखोइ चचगने कईगिनोदा अखोगी instruction दा अखोगी higher authority सिंगना honorable minister ना हाइबा मतुंग इना अखोइदी सरकार का चटमिना बदिना सरकार की पीबा मतुंग इना अखोइ चटकनी अदुबु कईगुंबा अखोइ सरकार ना नोइ तोंगाना individual तौरो हाइरगदी अदुगी मतुंग इना अखोइ सिदा यामदरबते candidate Taramanga Kundi, so then Maki Putopung, the Trahabuki Asale. Candidates is Suputo, alliance and a suklay, Adugi, Kanoma, instruction Nama Piratriba Wadi, a quick Adugima, election Matangati, details Haibati Angam Zakiro Adabu. Once at the instruction Panga Matunga di. Election that is white and a tokani Adabu, Karamamong, the Tokadam no have the di Agi Honorable Minister na instruction Tauro Matunda Adugi Matunda Koyamu. Declared Togzage.
Speaking on the occasion, R.K. Suraj said he joined the party as he identified with the ideology of LJP leader Ram Vilas Paswan, who worked to bring upliftment to socially and economically lower castes. He said Paswan's ideology is very suitable for an underdeveloped state like Manipur. He hoped to bring economic growth to the state by working with the party.
Election gi lakpagi kaino siga summa pa khara charak pa timing su erpa adagi akoi imana koi family de gi kananum tholak pa phai pawung na pamjarum kaino ni na do pawung na su aise yamna social kaino da lahan na kaino tor pa ni na sigi kaino se amtang koi gi coming election si de is thok ta na saruk ya na phai na sum thal kaino gi pamjaba ma thamak pa dagi akoi na adugi kaino du the decision ma lawraga andaki lakpa Assembly election se contest tauba pharena aise adugi decision se logjarapani.
As part of the program, National Secretary of LJP, Ruchita Sharma, appointed R.K. Suraj as the General Secretary Organization for LJP Manipur Unit. A team of Imphal West commandos under the supervision of Superintendent of Police, Imphal West, Dr. S. Ibomcha Singh, apprehended one active cadre of Pripak Pro and recovered explosive devices from his residence at Lairik Yengbam Makhalekai this morning at 5 a.m. The person has been identified as Nauroibam Joyshankar Singh, alias Loyumba, alias Kongang, 37, son of N. Inaucha Singh of Lairik Yengbam Makhalekai. The team recovered one set of IED fitted in a tin fish can, one Chinese hand grenade, one air gun rifle, 4 PEK cake, LIK, 3 electronic circuits, 1 remote control device, 3 detonators, 10 3.7 volts batteries, 3 4.5 volt batteries, 2 9-volt batteries and soldering equipments used in assembling IED. On further questioning, he disclosed that he had threatened Naroibam Doge of Lairik Yengbam Makhalekai by planting 2 Chinese hand grenades at his house today at around 12:30 a.m. He was also involved in IED attacks at Chief Minister Bungalow Gate on August 10, 2013 and at Route 39 restaurant at Manipuri on August 17, 2013. The arrested person and the recovered items were handed over to Lampel police station for taking further necessary legal action.
39 restaurant Manipuri le date 17 da bomb pokhayanba adum misak tuni adugi damakta khoi Imphal West District Commando nasu mahakse 2013 gi August 22 dasu mahakse pharubani aduga atopa case ki mamang dasu pharuba leigre aduga mangonda hojik staircase ki makhong oigadaba achouba using sida phajana khoi khutlaga nappaga hapaga pyakpani hai.
Community Health Center CHC at Wangu Laipam, under the supervision of MLA of Sugnu Assembly Constituency K. Ranjit, yesterday organized a second phase of COVID-19 vaccination at Warukok in Sugnu Assembly Constituency. 113 out of 123 people got the second dose of COVID-19 vaccine at the vaccination camp. Doctors, nurse, ASHA workers and COVID task force of the CHC took part in the vaccination, which will continue till October 8th. Shantilata Women's Society from Salungpham of Hairok Assembly Constituency has donated a sum of 50,000 rupees to MLA T.H. Radheshyam. In handing over ceremony held at Salungpham Kang Thokchau, President of Shantilata Women's Society, Sapam Ongbi Monbi Lema, handed over the amount to MLA Radheshyam in person. Speaking on the occasion, Sapam Ongbi Monbi Lema said the contribution was presented to Radheshyam as a show of appreciation of his supports in the inception of the society. Thanking the member of Shantilata Women's Societies for the initiative, MLA Radheshyam exalted the society's actions for the development of Salungpham.
Nung siam sang do ba ko yana siam do lo ba karor kun taru muki lambi am siam do ri ba hero ki lambi a so ba ade ningen ta ba si me lo siam do ni na nung siam sang do ba corona manung ne nung se pani ngoro pri nung lo jage sandra khong ne nung lo ge nung jing me ya ro na club na thing mo de gi nung phangi dam ji ka haina nung phange nung ji thuga la kan da ching le ba de dam le ni adu ga so ni sem ja gani kana gumna thaja da na adu gi program ne yaw de adu yaw ya adu sem mo sem program ne yaw gare yaw ro pe jha le ro na sem lo re do.
More than 30 people from polling number 35/2 Wangbel Lamboitong of Kangabok Assembly Constituency left Congress and joined BJP under the leadership of State Executive Member of BJP Manipur Pradesh, Major Mangang. In a welcoming ceremony attended by General Secretary of BJP Hairok, NINGTHOUJAM Ramananda, Major Mangang said, the party welcomes the members who joined BJP with faith in the leadership of Chief Minister N. Biren. He assured that the party will fulfill the wishes of the members. He urged the people to help the party in elected an eligible candidate from BJP for the development of Kangabok Assembly Constituency.
Ban blockage li sukti matik marang kaina yam thoki hamiko adu ngasidi adu gumba wakat mipon hambado BJP telaba matam sahi mari makhai katam BJP na panbada adu di ban blockade adu legidre.
Karbi Angalong police apprehended 2 individuals with 412 grams of heroin in Assam. The 2 persons have been identified as Amzad Ali, 37, and Anish Khan, 38. In a tweet, Assam Special DGP GP Singh said the duo were caught during a check at Laharijan PP Naka checkpost in Assam on September 19th. They were carrying the drugs in 30 soap caps. In connection with International Translation Day, observed annually on September 30th, Secretary of Sathaulup Mayang Langbam Uttam Kumar has announced that NINGTHOUJAM Kunjamohon Translation Award for the year 2021 by Sahitya Thaupanglop Sathaulup will be conferred upon renowned Manipuri translator Aribam Kumar Sharma. The award will be conferred upon Aribam Kumar in recognition and acknowledgement of his works and contribution in translation, and continues to work in the field till date, the press statement by Uttam Kumar added. It may also be mentioned that translator Aribam Kumar is also the recipient of various awards conferred by Sahitya Academy and Manipur State Kala Academy. In a historic event, 3 Manipuris participated in the Calgary Marathon 2021, the biggest marathon in Canada, on Monday. Ahaibam Papak and Chongtham Eddy ran a full marathon of 42.2 kilometers, while NINGTHOUJAM Lenin participated in 21.1 kilometer long half marathon. Papak came in 128th place by completing the marathon in 3 hours and 28 minutes. Eddy took 552nd position by completing the marathon in 4 hours and 33 minutes. Lenin completed the marathon in 2 hours and 10 minutes and came in the 744th position. It's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar, Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khudingmak wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on to the national news, India recorded 26,115 new COVID-19 cases with 252 deaths in the last 24 hours. With this, the total tally of COVID cases reached 3.35 crore, while the active cases declined to 3.09 lakh, the lowest in 184 days, according to the Union Health Ministry data update. The death toll climbed to 4.45 lakh, according to the data. The active cases comprise 0.92% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded at 97.75%, the ministry said. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 81.73 crore, with around 64.8% of the eligible population receiving the first dose. Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal today submitted his nomination papers for the upcoming Rajya Sabha by-polls in Assam. The Rajya Sabha seat polls in Assam is scheduled to be held on October 4th. Accompanied by Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, leaders of BJP's ally parties, AGP and UPPL, several ministers, MPs, MLAs, the former Assam Chief Minister filed his nomination papers to the returning officer of the Bipoles in Assam Legislative Assembly in Guwahati. Union Minister for Shipping, Ports, Waterways and Ayush, Sarbananda Sonowal, currently represents the Majuli Assembly constituency. He was inducted as a member of the Union Cabinet in July this year. He is expected to resign from his assembly seat after October 4th. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma thanked alliance partners and the opposition for extending their support to Sarbananda Sonowal. The union minister is expected to win the election unopposed as the opposition has not announced any candidate for the Rajya Sabha Bipoles. The last date for filing of nominations is Wednesday. We'll take another short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Saraswati Charitable Trust, BSc Forensic Science, BE Cybercrime Security, Diploma in Pharmacy, BSc Medical Laboratory Technology, BSc Radio Imaging Technology, BSc Operation Theatre Technology, Diploma in MLT, RIT, ODT, Dialysis Tamnabagidamak, Manipuri Mapanda Chatrabasu Yaragani. Manipur University da affiliate Tauduna, Pharmacy Council of India, Amadi, Ministry of HRD, New Delhi approved Tauraba, 100% job oriented Oiraba, Saraswati Charitable Trust Pangaida, course singasi English Singani Kunmathoi Kunithoi session the Tamnabagidamak admission Hojare. Hena Kupamol Dama contact you, Saraswati Charitable Trust Pangai 9856 575 163 Natraga 9402 233 554.
Ibema, Nangbu mobile to Sanale and Nukadorga. Mina Manabi Liza Hodi, Kari, paramedical Tambas at Habrakaino. Adonangsu, Kras Alagahamusudana. Yum the games Hanarga, advance from Labor Dog and a river. Chaksa Silo, Laugo.
Laizalai Kibrotamo
Madi Simsta Medican Tambasat Kine.
I go on a mulagade.
Farepare, I malakan Tamageko.
Hoy, Chatlukige. Admission open. Sina Institute of Medical Science teams.
I never go. Ma, Miss Na, I could la Amira.
Hoy, Nanga Medical Tambasat Pada. I see how in an Naktang Malaini.
Yani, I do the hang at me over say, La Manutangose.
General Nursing and Midwifery GNM 3 years course. 12% in arts or science stream in confused to become a part of one of the most respectable professional career of all time. 12% above duration 3 years 6 months. BSc in Medical Radiology and Imaging Technology DMRI.
Ultrasound, MRI, CT scan, ECG, X-ray.
BSc in Medical Laboratory Technology DMLT.
BSc in Operation Theatre Technology BOTT. Recognized by Indian Nursing Council, New Delhi, Government of India. And affiliated to BSS Government of India.
Please contact Sina Institute of Medical Science teams, Porompat branch, Porompat crossing opposite SBI and Chinikon, Sena.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mag wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in Alex Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. The maiden bilateral meet between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden on Thursday will allow taking the relationship between the two countries from strength to strength while helping in reinforcing and giving momentum to the Quad grouping, a White House official has said. Biden will host Modi at the White House for their first bilateral meeting on September 24th. Later on that day, Biden will host the first ever in-person Quad Leaders Summit at the White House with Modi, Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga and Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison. Both Biden and Prime Minister Modi have spoken virtually on multiple occasions after the former, a Democrat, became US President in January. Moving on to the international news. The Taliban announced a list of deputy ministers today, failing to name any women, despite an international outcry when they presented their all-men cabinet ministers earlier this month. The list was presented by government spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid at the news conference in the Afghan capital, Kabul. The list of deputy ministers signals that the Taliban have not been swayed by international criticism and that they are doubling down on their current hardline path despite initial promises of inclusivity and upholding women's rights. The international community has warned that it will judge the Taliban by their actions and that recognition of a Taliban-led government would be linked to the treatment of women and minorities. The Taliban have framed their current cabinet as an interim government, suggesting that change was still possible, but they have not said if there would be ever any elections. The Taliban has warned the Afghan media outlets to not broadcast the UAE leg of Indian Cricket League IPL 2021 due to the presence of female audiences and spectators in stadiums. The UAE leg of IPL 2021 is underway and 2 matches have been played between Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians and Kolkata Knight Riders and Royal Challengers Bangalore. The knockout stage of IPL 2021 is scheduled to begin on October 10th, with the finals slated to be held on October 15th. Notably, the Taliban banned most forms of entertainment, including many sports, and women have been completely banned from playing sports. Even though the hardline Islamists have shown they do not mind men playing cricket, pulling together a match in the capital Kabul shortly after foreign forces withdrew. And now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Manipur export policy will be implemented soon to increase export of state products, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Union Minister of State for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Ashwini Kumar Chaubey, arrives at Imphal on 2-day visit. And former Chief Minister R.K. Dorendro's son, R.K. Suraj, joins LJP to contest ensuing assembly election. And that's all for the Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.